Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. The United States Mint has failed yet again. Time for a congressional investigation. Let's explore. You've probably recognized the theme for my videos about the United States Mint, especially in 2021. I have been more critical at that time than in any other time throughout the history of this channel. And there's been good reason to be critical, but we also recognize some of the positivity that has come out of the United States Mint. Some of the offerings have been great. Some of the ideas that even this director have been fairly good, like the Privy Mark, the B75 Privy Marks, and the W minted quarters that help to excite young collectors, well, collectors of all ages. Anything to bring people closer to collecting and understanding the history of the United States, I think is a wonderful thing. They also have a program for kids that has been a part of the United States Mint for quite some time, and some of these lesson plans and things to educate the youth, I think is a wonderful idea. But there's a lot that has gone wrong this year. And mistakes can be made, and explanations and apologies can be put forth from officials at the United States Mint, but they fall on deaf ears if they continue to happen time and time and time and time again. And that is a situation that we have faced with the latest offering by the United States Mint. That is the American Eagle 1 ounce silver reverse proof 2 coin set, designer edition. And I know that many of you have been struggling to buy this set. We've seen, I know I struggled with the website for almost a half an hour before I got it. And I was about ready to give up. Saw the live stream that Can and Son of a Silver Stacker had as this was happening, and everybody was experiencing the same issues with the can't do the handshake, website not loading. Horrible situation going on there, the worst that I've ever seen actually, but still able to make a purchase. And by the time you hear this video, I'm sure others have talked about this, or we'll kind of do the recap and kind of assessment as to what happened, the debrief, so to be, because of some of a traumatic experience for those of us who want to try to get this set. I know that's a little bit of hyperbole, of first world problems for sure, but nonetheless, the United States Mint and their press releases have said they have worked to solve this issue, but it's now worse than ever before. What went wrong? And the United States Mint, as they continue to make excuses, the best place to go to see this is on the United States Mint's Facebook page, their official Facebook page. And, again, this is recorded the same day, but hours later, and they're saying no explanation as to what's going on. They're saying for customers who still want to purchase the product 21XJ, which is the reverse proof Silver Eagles, we encourage you to try to placing your order again at this time. And with no explanation as to what happened, no apology or anything of that sort. In fact, they went on to make another post which has nothing to do, no explanation about what happened today. All they did is just make a release about a coin press. Has 8 comments. This one has 360. And if you go and look through there, you'll see various different opinions, mostly negative from this, and it's just insane. It's insane how tone deaf they are, and especially after the meeting that they had, the open forum, the roundtable discussion, where they gave pitiful answers to people's questions, almost insulting. Some of these answers aren't. And when they request information from another horribly tone deaf program, the Authorized Bulk Purchase Program, they essentially refused any information as to identify or anything else. And it's just a shame that has gotten to this point. You also heard me talk about in a prior video that the United States Mint is has a potential to be investigated over the authorized bulk purchase program. Well, I think that's fine, and it should be investigated by regulators, but I believe it should be done in Congress. In fact, not only for that, but even more importantly, for the performance of the website issues. The website issue is the front end, that is the face of the United States Mint for the general public. Because whenever you order bullion coins, you have to get those through authorized purchasers, which are, by the way, different. There's about 18 of those that are the authorized purchasers of the United States Mint. We know who they are. They're listed on their website. That is for the bullion program. That is something different than for collector coins. The collector coins are done through the authorized bulk purchase program. But what happened to during the sale period, and they're sold out already, as you can see from this page here, they sold very slowly for an item of such hot demand, because the website was literally clogged up with bots and people trying to order. So they weren't able to make things happen. It kept timing out. It kept giving us errors. In fact, right at 12 noon when I tried to order, it gave me, which I haven't seen for quite a while, to match the picture. So I had to match all the airplanes in order to get through, which is a pain in the butt. They should find some other ways to verify that you're not a bot. And apparently it didn't work very well, because people kept on getting server errors. Now, there could be another reason for it other than bots trying to get in, but it overwhelmed the server in some sense. And all of these problems, they all but promised they would have them fixed, and they never have. Every single time you try to order, people had some issue of some sort, some worse than others. And it's just gotten to the point now where there's no excuse for it. And this requires an investigation, and I believe it should be a public investigation in Congress. Will it happen? Likely not. A lot of these internal investigations are done by other agencies from within government, and literally leave not much room for transparency. And so the reports from these things are kind of little be desired by media and the like. But if they were to have these things in a congressional hearing where they could be seen on C-SPAN, at least, or what have you, I think it would give more attention to an agency that is really, at one time, was one of the most efficient agencies in government. Now it has become bureaucratized to a point now where the Mint director has no control about what's going on, and has done really nothing to really hold people accountable for their actions, at least that I've seen, because this problem is still happening today. Pretty much 2 years later, after the horrible situation with the 2019 enhanced reverse proof coin, which was a disaster too. Every offering since has been a disaster, and 2021 is one that is no exception. It's been a year of high demand, low mintage products. Almost every single one of these offerings that have a mintage or product limit have been high demand for people to order. I mean, almost every single offering has been a nightmare to order. And knowing that, you would think they would have taken extra special care to make the website more accessible and make the transactions more smooth, but they have not. They have failed yet again in this area. And it goes without saying that Ryder should resign. I hate to say it. I say don't say any of this lightly. But the frustrations of the public are paramount and wide-reaching. I mean, this is crazy. I'm going to refresh this page again and see where we are at with the amount of comments. 371 now on this post. They've got to see this. They've got to know that this is bad PR for them, and it is just a horrible situation. Words really can't even express how much of a failure this is, and how bad they've treated this, and the response to this has been horrible too. My guess is they'll probably put out another post with an explanation. And well, it had nothing to do with bots this time. Turns out it was a problem on the server communicating with this and whatever. They'll find some excuse or whatever, and they're working to fix the problem, and it will be better next time. Well, at this point, I don't think any explanation that they give will be able to satisfy those of us who have been putting up with this for as long as we have. I believe the only answer is to reform the mint, starting with the director himself, who has done a horrible job, not only on this, but his specialty, his background is in security, metal and coin security. I had high hopes that the security features for the bullion and also the collector versions of the American Eagle program would be groundbreaking, would be better than other mints. But I would be happy that if they would at least match the other mints. Turns out it's just a missing reed in both the gold and silver, and on the gold it was only for the 1 ounce. Only the 1 ounce gold coin has a security feature which amounts to just a missing reed. That's it. No explanation as to what else there is for the covert security features. All they have done is done a really poor job of explaining the new design and how supposedly, because it's a new design on the reverse and a revamped obverse, that those account to security features? No, that does not pass a smell test. All of it has been a failure. The administration of David J. Ryder, I can safely say, is the worst that the Mint has had since I've been paying attention to the United States Mint. And by the way, I've been buying from the United States Mint since about 1999, directly from the Mint's website. And everything that they've done, all the marketing and everything ever that they've done is worse now than it has ever been. And their explanations and their explanations to the press, all of it has been bad, a failure, insufficient. I don't know what other words to put there to describe it, but and of course I say this as somebody who will buy from the Mint again. People say we need to just stop buying from the United States Mint. Well, if there's certain coins and you're a collector like I am, that's the only place to go for some of these collector sets, like this reverse proof set here. This set here is there's on the secondary market they're going for $400 and above. In fact, I think Pinehurst sent out an email saying that they would pay $400 for this. If you want to get it as a collector at the lowest price, you got to go to the Mint. And if you're collecting other coins or other series, there's only one. You can get them from the secondary market too, but you're going to pay a lot more usually, unless you're patient and wait a year or two or what have you. But nonetheless, it's the only place to go. They have the monopoly on, because they're the Mint, it is what it is. But there are going to be some shifts and changes for me personally from the United States Mint, but that will happen next year. It's a calculated decision, and I'll talk about that when it happens. It's going to be a big, epic video. I've already started planning. I've had this in my purview, in my planning, since last year. I made this decision about what is going to be changing for me personally with the United States Mint next year. But as you know, most of you who are familiar with my channel going way back, I have been dealing with the Mint. I've been talking about the Mint. I've been showcasing their products on this channel for quite a long time. Other channels have kind of taken up that mantle, to day to day, and so I don't do it as much. But for those who have been around, that I usually either get the scoop or talk about things, show first and the like. But my interest in the Mint has certainly waned quite a bit as other channels have picked up the mantle there. But I do believe it's important for this audience to know my feelings about it, and to know that I'm coming from a position of trying to be constructive in the criticism. It falls on deaf ears in terms of Mint officials and those who possibly peruse, the YouTube community. But I hope they at least see that there's some constructive criticism here on the on their Facebook page. And I would hope that there would be some people there who would take notice and really work to reform it. Because it really doesn't seem like there's a lot of effort going on, at least on the surface. Maybe behind the scenes there is, and there's falling short, they're running, but I can't understand what they could be because their public explanations, especially based off of the roundtable, have been sorely lacking. So that's my thought on this. Time for a congressional investigation. What are your thoughts? Post them in the comment section below. We'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.